Howdy, howdy.
Howdy.
I think I used that last time.
You might have, but it's okay. It doesn't matter. Just another way to get in. Man, I had a great day.
Did you?
I had a really, really good day.
How was your day?
I don't want to talk about it just yet. We can talk about that later.
Okay. I had a good day too. I had an interesting thing happen whenever I went to take Reese to the vet. Because from the cat attack battle thing.
Wait, hold on. Go into a bear fact first.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get the bear fact out of the way.
All right. A grizzly bear has to eat almost 20,000 calories a day to maintain its body weight.
20,000.
20,000.
But you have to know they're huge.
Oh, they're massive.
They're ridiculous.
They weigh upwards of 1,000 pounds.
I mean, I thought what you said last time, like they almost weigh a ton. It's like 1,600, 1,700 pounds. Is what the average. Is that the average polar bear?
Yeah.
I think the average polar bear was about 1,700 pounds.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we have a guest on the show today.
Yes.
David.
Yes. How's it going?
Numero Trace.
I'm the third one.
Well, not the third one. Well, you're the third voice. You're the third voice here. I'm just saying you're the second guest that we've had, which is awesome.
Go ahead and introduce yourself. Who are you, David?
Yeah, David.
Yes,
Salad. Who are you?
David. Longtime friend of Major.
Middle school.
Oh yeah, goes way back. Besides that, I
Just
only
not-
know Brandt through Major, so that didn't
It's
happen.
okay. We're chilling.
Yeah. I don't know. What else, what else do I say?
No, I guess that works. Major, let's talk about your day. You talking about the vet?
Yeah, so from the cat battle thing with the dog, Reese got a good wound on the inside left armpit on the front foot.
I saw it last night. We were talking about it. It just looked like a welt, like it was a big old bruise.
Yeah,
And
this morning there was like a bubble.
Yeah. And so it just seemed like he got hit by something, or maybe he just whacked himself. There's a big old welt right behind his front left foot, and you could see where like it was trying to scab, where it was weeping a little bit. And I was like, gosh, dang, like what happened? I mean, there was just really no way to explain it, because then he was walking just fine up until the evening last night.
Yeah, he started limping, but I get to the vet and I put the leash on him, take him outside, or like outside the truck to go to the grass, poo, pee, do what you need to do. Doesn't do anything. He's like, let's go in. I'm like, okay. So we get
He tells you that?
Yeah.
Okay.
We talk.
Okay. So Reese was like, yeah, I'm good. Let's go, dude.
Yeah. And I was like,
Exactly like that.
but
You go inside.
yeah, so we get to the front door and he knows the vet. He's been there, and I don't think he likes the vet. But whenever he got up to the front door, he started doing the thing that dogs do, where they yank their head backwards and like,
Yeah.
But he wouldn't go inside, so I picked him up, and little did I know, I just picked up a pea machine gun, because as soon as I walked in the door, I didn't even notice it, but he was just peeing everywhere.
You picked him up to go inside, and he was just peeing.
I'm holding him like a baby facing frontwards, like,
Why were you holding him like that?
because he wouldn't walk in. I mean, I'm not going to hold him. He's too big to hold other ways.
So you're holding him just in front of you like a baby.
Yeah, he's upside down, like in my arms, and he's just like everywhere I'm facing, it starts going that way. And I freak out. I was like, oh, and I like ran out the door, and I was like, dude, what was that? Come on.
And he just went to the bathroom right before you went into,
He didn't want to go to the bathroom.
but he did inside.
He decided to, that whenever I walked in the door holding him.
So did you clean it up?
No.
No, you just left it?
I had to take him outside. Whenever I got back, it was cleaned up.
Man, they're too nice.
Wait, it was cleaned up when you got back in?
Yeah. I felt really bad. But like, it was pee on the walls, the door,
Really, he peed everywhere.
everywhere. Like everywhere it was a constant stream. Just everywhere I turned.
Maybe he was just scared. Maybe you scared him.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. He doesn't like the vet.
So what did the vet say about him and his...
They thought it was actually kind of funny. I walked in, the dog's just pissing everywhere.
No, I mean, like, his condition. He's got his welt.
Yeah, he's got a minor infection. So he got 2 shots. He had a really high fever.
So when he got into it with the cat messed him up.
I mean, he got a wound on his front left armpit, and it got infected. So
Oh, he got infected.
I would say he lost the battle. But the cat couldn't pee or poo for the first day. So
Wow.
got to weigh
Well, I mean,
out.
she got it all out on you. So I guess that's kind of what happens.
Yeah.
So he was fine. He just had like cat scratch fever, legit.
Pretty much.
I didn't realize it was a real thing. Huh. But I can talk about what happened to me today. So the way that work usually goes for me is that it's service based. So then I'll get, whoever needs service, I go to their house, their business, or whatever it is, just kind of on the fly. It's just how things work. Whatever comes in, that's where I go. And this guy calls and he says he's got beeping coming from his keypad even before he opens up his shop. I'm thinking, okay, whatever. And I call the office and she's like, okay, this is what's happening. Do you know anything about this? I'm like, no, just give me his phone number and I'll call him and we'll see how this goes. So I call him and it's not a situation I've ever seen before where the keypad just kind of beeps incessantly even before you get there. He said it's something to do with power loss. Maybe there's a low battery on the panel or something. And I say, okay, do me a favor and walk over to a keypad. And he goes, well, first of all, I can't. I'm in a wheelchair. Second of all, I'm on the line with another client. And I'm sitting here thinking, oh my gosh, I could have said it any other way. I didn't have to say walk up to a keypad. I mean, how was I supposed to know? He says this, and I'm like, no, there's no way. This is impossible. How could I say, walk up to a keypad? He's like, no, I'm in a wheelchair. I was like, I didn't know. And then I should have said, okay, then can you roll up to a keypad? Can you just walk up to it, get there, so we can push in some buttons, we can figure this out? And he's like, can you just come? I'm like, yes. So I get there, and he was nice. He was an older man, and I was like, by the way, I was on the phone with you earlier. I didn't mean any disrespect to you. And he was like, no, it's okay. It's not a big deal. And he's like, but I am in a wheelchair. I'm like, yeah, I can see that. But he was nice, and yeah, there's a bad guess on my part. I could have said, can you go up to a keypad? Can you find a keypad for me? It's like, no, can you walk up to a keypad? No, I can't. I'm in a wheelchair. I was like, dang, that did not just happen.
That's on the same level as accidentally calling a fat lady pregnant.
Yeah, it's almost the same thing. But I was supposed to know. We're talking over the phone. I was like, yikes, yikes. But it all worked out.
That's funny.
It all rolled out.
Yeah.
Okay, so y'all's big thing is bear facts, right? That's what y'all do.
It's not a big thing, but it's just kind of our only segment, I guess you could say, that we do. We just do bear facts.
Okay. Well, I brought something different, which is octopus facts.
Octopus facts?
Yes, octopus facts.
Okay, I'm interested.
So, an interesting fact about octopuses is
octopi.
Yeah, octopi. I guess you could say that.
Yeah, exactly.
They do a certain behavior whenever they become stressed out. It's called, I don't know if I want to say this word.
Say it.
It looks like it's called autophagy.
Really? How does it spelled?
Auto and then PHAGY.
Autophagy? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
So they do this thing. So it's like a defense mechanism?
No, they do it when they get bored.
Oh, they do it when they get bored.
Yeah.
And what do they do?
Whenever they get stressed out, they get bored. They eat their own arms.
They eat their arms.
They eat their own appendages.
They regrow back. But
yeah, they grow back, but they just eat them?
Yes.
It's like, okay, your nails grow back. So you're just you get bored one day. I guess, we kind of do the same thing too. You get bored, you kind of eat your fingernails. Some people do that.
Do you do that?
I don't.
Good.
I smell them. Sometimes I kind of pack them up my nose just in case, if they smell bad good, I pack them up my nose so I kind of have an air freshener in my
All right,
nose.
they smell bad, but in a good way.
Yeah. Everybody loves you.
Wait, what?
But yeah, okay, I guess. Well, also, octopus are really smart. They're on the same kind of wavelength as dolphins and pigs and stuff. Actually, I feel like it'd be disrespectful to put dolphins and pigs in the same category, but they're intelligent in the same way. So they just eat their arms. Can you imagine your arms just grow back because you can just eat them?
Would you take full advantage of that?
I mean, if I was hungry, probably. I mean,
I mean,
You would
depend-
never go hungry. Like,
it would depend on how long it takes the arm to grow back.
that's true. Let's say it took like a week.
Oh, dude, I was okay with like a month. Yeah, I'll do it for a week.
A month?
I'll do it for a week.
Well, maybe it's a month. Let's just say it's a week. You would eat your own arms?
Would it hurt?
Yes. Wait. Related to Deadpool, it's the same thing. He can regrow his limbs,
Yeah.
but
So
it hurts. You feel all the pain
but he feels the pain though.
whenever it gets taken away.
Yeah, so in Deadpool, whenever he loses his limbs, it hurts, but they grow back.
So if I was placed in this situation
Where you could eat your limbs.
I would veer away from eating my own limbs and probably think about like fighting crime because my arms grow back. Someone cuts my arm off. That's okay.
Right, that's okay.
You tie me up. Guess what? I'm getting out a week later.
But you can't be a superhero 24/7. I mean, you got, go bowling sometimes. I mean,
That's true.
you got a life, man,
Yeah.
outside of being a superhero. So let's say you're just on the couch one day watching TV and you get bored. You're like, wow, I could put some mustard on that.
Mustard.
Yeah. Or ketchup, whatever you want to put. Relish on your thumb. I mean, it almost looks like a hot dog. You could dress it up like
ways to eat yourself.
I'm just saying, like, if you were hungry and you wanted to eat yourself and you could, and there were no consequences for like a week or so. Yeah.
Just dip it in some ranch and take a bite.
I wonder how much.
That's really like.
There's not a lot of meat on your fingers, though. It's just mostly bone.
It's like chicken tenders.
True.
Or like wings,
Yeah. So it's almost like your fingers are kind of like wings.
steak fingers.
We got really far.
I don't know how we got to steak fingers because
Yeah.
cows don't have fingers.
They don't have fingers, but you know what? They still have steak fingers. But then you could go for the gold. Like, we're talking about not a whole lot of meat on your hands. You could eat your leg, and there's all kinds of meat in there.
You could eat for a week.
You
off
could
your
eat for
leg.
a long time, but then you're without a leg for a little while.
Sure.
Opportunity cost.
Exactly. I mean, if you were stranded somewhere and you didn't have anything to eat, I would eat an arm.
That would be probably the perfect scenario for this scenario to play out.
It's better than eating bugs
Or sand.
or sand.
But if it takes a month for each one to grow back and you eat every single one within a week, then what do you do?
Roll. I mean, how else are you supposed to get somewhere? You just tuck and roll.
But then you have nothing else to eat.
You got to wait.
Suppose sticks and leaves held the same nutritional value as dirt and sand. Which would you rather eat for the rest of your life? Sticks and leaves or dirt and sand?
As in the nutritional value would be the same by like nothing.
Let's just say it keeps you alive.
It keeps you alive. So you could eat sand and stay alive is what you're saying.
Yes, they're the same nutritional value for you. They both keep you alive.
I would probably say sticks and leaves just for the variability. Leaves are almost like, lettuce. You can mix it in with the stick. Get that crunch and the soft leaves, you know what I mean? But then dirt and sand are almost the same thing. You get some crunch from the sand,
Yeah.
but then dirt is almost like a chili. There's going to be some crunchy in there.
Yeah. You find some water, you can make some mud.
Yeah, there's a good amount of water in dirt.
True.
Get some nutrients that way. But there's also a little bit of water in the leaves and sticks too. But I would probably take the leaves and the sticks.
How old is Michael Jordan?
What?
How old is Michael Jordan?
Why are you asking?
Do you know? Everyone knows.
Right now, as it stands,
Yes. Michael Jordan.
I'm going to say Michael Jordan is 63.
58.
Dang.
That's close.
I was like, it's either high 50s or low 60s. Yeah, what a guy.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
I
You
don't
just
know.
think about Michael Jordan?
I just looked up Michael Jordan. Do you know how much money he's worth?
A lot.
His net worth?
A lot.
You want to take a guess?
I'll take a gander.
Take a gander.
800 million.
Higher.
1.4 billion.
Little bit higher.
1.6.
Yep.
Yes.
1.6.
Yeah.
Apparently he makes like all kinds of wicked money from his Nike deal. He makes like 70 grand a day just from
I don't think there's anyone that's more like logo, like branded than than Michael Jordan.
Would you rather have a really nice pair of J's or Shaqs?
Depends
Jays.
what J's, but depends what Shaqs. The Dunk Man.
The Dunk Man, is that one of his shoes?
Did you know, like, actually in college, he was in like an advertising like business class, and he presented the Dunk Man. He was like in college, and he was like, man, Jordan got Jump Man, well, I'm Dunk Man, and his professor gave him like a C and was like, come on, you got to be realistic. And then he actually has his own Dunk Man.
What? His professor told him to be realistic? I'm sure that you're just paraphrasing, but
Yeah.
dang. But yeah, he made Shaqs. I
Yeah.
mean, you can go find them at Walmart, and they're not expensive. They made a lot of shoes for a lot of people. I know a lot of kids growing up that wore Shaqs.
Yeah. He wears like a size 23.
Is it 23?
It's huge. You want me to find out?
I mean, yeah. How big are Shaq's feet? I don't think they're the biggest. I'm sure there's some Porzingis type dude or Jokic who's got like size 30 feet.
It's 23.
23. Wow. How ironic.
That is ironic.
Yao Ming is only an 18.
He wears an 18.
Yeah.
That dude's massive.
Yeah.
He gets some little feet.
I mean, for his body size, yeah.
He's got little feet for his, yeah. I mean, he's what, 7'2"?
Something like
Well, shit, now I gotta find something else.
No, it's okay. Don't worry about it.
7'6".
7'6". That's bananas. He's 7'6".
He probably has a really tall house.
I mean, think about. Do you think he'd be able to fit through that door? That's
You probably have to duck his head.
that's
just
an
a little bit.
above average size door for sure. He might be able to fit through that door. Dang.
He'd have to duck his head for sure.
Yes, he would. That is a large man. What's interesting though is whenever Yao Ming came over from China to play in the NBA, the team that bought him or bought his contract, the Rockets, they had to pay the Chinese government to let him play.
Are you serious?
So they would pay, I don't know if they would pay all the money to the Chinese government and the government would give the rest of the money, whatever is owed, to Yao Ming, or they would pay Yao Ming and the government separately. But the Chinese government got a piece of whatever was paid to Yao Ming.
That's kind of stupid.
It's kind of nuts, isn't it?
It's a communist country.
Oh, I know.
That's crazy.
I wonder if there's any other athletes that are like that where
You know how much Yao Ming weighs?
he's 7'6",
Take a gander.
310.
You fucking nailed it.
Really? Nice. I'm a good guesser. I can guess stuff, man.
Damn. I'm surprised.
I mean, I just thought, I was like, he doesn't seem that big, but 7'6" is huge. I was like,
that's a lot of bone weight.
a lot. I mean, he probably weighs 200 pounds just in his bones.
Yeah.
Dang.
You nailed it.
I know. I nailed it. I'm just so good.
That's funny.
David, your mic sounds quiet. Can
You gotta speak into it.
you speaking into it? It's okay, David. I know you're new to this.
I think I'm speaking into
There you go. Yeah, there he is.
Fucking area.
There he is. So, did you do anything fun today other than squirt Reese's pee all over the vet?
Landed a pop shove it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. So like the normal just shove it is when you spin the board 180, but with the pop shove it, it's the same thing. You just pop the board and it kind of does it diagonally in the air.
Yeah.
Did one of those today. Felt pretty cool.
Did you ever do that one that I was showing you earlier today where they take the trucks off the board and then it's just basically the board flat on the ground and then you try and do tricks on the flat board?
Yeah, that's one way of practicing,
Oh, is it?
like indoors.
Interesting. Huh. Have you gone to the skate park since the last time you went?
No.
Do you want to?
I mean, I do, but my hand's kind of fucked up.
Oh, that's
so I
right.
don't want to
Yeah.
fall on it.
Yeah, your hands still mess up. So you were just okay with maybe falling today?
I was just doing flat ground tricks, and usually I can catch my feet.
Flat ground tricks. What do you mean? So just like
Just standing still, and just like doing
Oh.
a bunch of ollies and
okay.
whatnot.
Interesting.
Did you do anything fun today, David?
Fun today. I was in some attics. Installation with fiberglass. I feel it all over my arms.
You were crawling around in an attic?
That's pretty fun, right?
Oh, it's awesome. I love it.
It's
There's nothing
90
worse.
degrees outside.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than having to crawl around in an attic. Not only in an attic, but in the summer. Because it's so hot. I know that we'll reschedule services just because it's summertime and we know we have to go open an attic for at least more than 5 minutes. I'm like, nope, we're going to wait until October and then we'll do this deal.
It's a good idea.
But there's certain types of insulation that should be illegal just because of what it is. Like the fiberglass insulation it's not the worst. The worst is this woolly one where
That's
it's
the one I was in.
Oh, was it? So it's just like really fine, packed, foamish kind of. I don't know. It's really finely packed and really thin. And when it comes out, it just comes out in droves, and when it gets all over you, especially if you're crawling around, and it's all around you. It's so bad.
Yeah.
Those are the worst.
I feel it all over. I feel it on my face.
You take a shower.
Shower doesn't help.
It doesn't help. Yeah, it kind of doesn't. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
I wish it would. Yeah, I know. I wish it would.
Do you know what movie holds the record for highest box office?
I do. It's one of two movies. It was Avatar for the longest time, if it's not still Avatar. But Avatar and this other movie did the exact same thing where they showed the movie like a normal movie would, but then they brought it back. And they brought it back with the quote-unquote director's cut. And I don't know if that's included in the total box office. So basically, they showed the movie twice. Avatar did that, and then Endgame did that.
It goes number 1 Avatar, number 2 Endgame.
Okay.
And they're shy of each other by 50 million.
Yeah, really close. They're about the same. What's funny is that Avatar movie, they were supposed to make a sequel a long time ago.
It's coming.
I know, it's coming now, but then they also plan to make 4 more of them too. They're going to make 4 more Avatar movies.
They better not fuck that up.
I mean, I remember watching the first one, the only one, a long time ago. And I probably went back and watched it again here and there. And I thought it was okay. I just think that why it sold so well is just because it was the first of its kind, really, with all the CGI.
True.
And the CGI itself, it was good, especially for its time. But if you go back and look at it now, you're like, it's not that good. Because Endgame has a lot better CGI than Avatar does.
You know what has the best CGI? This third movie on the list. Do you know what number 3 is?
Third highest grossing movie of all time.
Great CGI.
Like, really good.
Like, amazing.
Not really.
I'm about to say, y'all are trying not to laugh. Is it because it came out in the 90s?
I can't remember when this movie came out.
Third highest all time. I don't know.
Take a guess. You
You
have no
get one
guess?
hint, but
What's the hint?
A boat.
yeah, that's it.
Oh, Life of Pi?
No.
Titanic.
Yes.
Okay. The CGI in that movie, yeah, it wasn't that good.
Yeah.
I mean, it came out in what, like 90? I was right. It was like 96, 97? 97? Hugh thinks it's 97. Also, Hugh's in the room. He's just kind of watching us. The first live spectator. Maybe we should make it a live show. Maybe we should just stream it on Twitch or something.
You should.
Fact checked, it's 97.
Okay. I said 96, 97. I don't know.
I'm verified to fact check.
You're verified?
I am.
Dang, you've been nailing all these guesses.
But I know the big ones, like Titanic. That one's not that hard. I mean, David, you should become a fact checker. You should become an independent fact checker.
Independent fact checker.
Yeah,
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, you should go on Twitter and just decide what people can and can't post. That'd be really cool.
I don't even have Twitter.
Neither do I. That's okay. You don't have to have Twitter. You're an independent fact checker. You do whatever you want.
I do whatever I want.
Yeah.
So then I won't have Twitter.
Okay. I guess you don't have to. Okay, then Facebook.
Instagram.
Instagram.
Ooh, Reddit. I like Reddit.
I don't know how I feel about Reddit.
You a big Reddit guy, David?
They post, if you go through it, you're going to see something you've never seen before.
Yeah.
That is true. Reddit has a thing for doing that.
Yeah, Reddit has that factor, but also
Reddit's a huge community.
it's huge. It's so massive, but also at the same time, I don't know how I feel about the whole idea of Reddit because it's always like r/ and then whatever topic, and you have to go find like a post, and it's just like a stream of posts for whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It just feels odd. I don't know. I don't really care for it that much.
Different way to do things.
It doesn't feel very intuitive.
There's some weird stuff.
Oh, I bet.
Like weird stuff.
Like you could, I remember, I don't know if they still do it, but you used to be able to do the Reddit 50-50s.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What's that?
You don't know
Oh
what the 50-50s are?
I
Do
don't
you know what that is? Oh my God. Yes. Hugh knows what it is.
I don't.
Explain.
I don't recommend that you do this, but you can if you'd like. And so basically the premise of a Reddit 50-50, you might be able to look it up right now. It's a 50-50 chance of whenever you click on the post, it's going to be something nice or something super gross or something super gruesome or something you did not want to see. That whole idea of not safe for work type stuff. So you click on the link and it's either going to be like a picture of puppy dogs or like a person being folded in half by a car.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah. And then you could just go. There's all kinds of stuff that you can.
He's on it right now.
You're on Reddit right now?
I can't find them.
You can't find 50-50s?
Yeah.
A less moderated version of 50-50.
Yeah, I'm sure this probably got picked up by someone over some point.
Yeah, they nixed this thing. I mean, it was brutal. I mean, I don't remember the last time it was real, but I remember when I still could do it about 4 or 5 years ago.
Yep.
You could just go on there and there is all kinds of crazy stuff that you did not want to see.
It's awful.
Oh.
But maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it's a good thing they don't do that anymore because it was really bad.
Oh,
Did you find it?
A well-cooked piece of lasagna or an ass gets pitchforked.
I don't want to see
Do it. Do it.
Oh, it was the ass. Oh, you want to see it?
No, I don't want to see
Neither
it.
do I.
Okay, so they still do 50-50s.
It's terrible.
Oh, man.
I don't want to see this
I don't want
one.
to see that either.
Super cool realistic wolf painting or degloved wolf.
No.
I already know what that is.
No.
I'm not doing that.
So it's just stuff like that, man. Gosh, I can't believe they still do it. What are the rules on Reddit? I guess there are none.
There are no rules.
Man eating Kit Kat, monkey eating its own feces. I'm okay with that one.
I mean, I know they throw it, but I don't know they eat it.
It's a dude eating a Kit Kat.
You ever seen a dog eat its own poop?
Of course.
Exactly. I mean, it's almost the same thing, but
Piddle does that.
yeah, exactly. She does that.
These are the ones that I don't want to see. Aftermath of a knife fight, red velvet cake.
I don't want to see that.
Aftermath of a knife fight. Sounds pretty bad.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good. Man, I knew that Reddit was lawless, and it's still that way. That's kind of crazy.
It is.
I feel like it's one of the only big social media platforms that just doesn't have any rules.
Japanese high schooler saves kitten from being run over. Middle school science teacher accidentally sets himself on fire during demonstration. I want to see that.
That sounds.
Please. It was the bitch saving the cat. Damn it. It's too good to be true.
Wait, what was the top one?
That's funny.
A beautiful flower or dead mouse with embryo. I'm good.
I'm good.
That sounds.
Yeah, no
gruesome.
thanks. No thanks.
All right, last one.
Oh, last one.
Man's cut open head or autumn leaves.
I don't even.
Cut open head.
Yeah, I don't want to see it.
Nope. Let's take it out.
I only clicked on like 2 or 3 of those.
All right, cool. So Reddit still doesn't have any rules. That's awesome. Good for Reddit.
Yeah, that's honestly good to see.
I wonder how long that lasts. And I forget the guy's name who owns Reddit. And he started it on his own. Steve Huffman.
Steve Huffman.
Let's see. Oh, he's a co-founder. He wasn't the founder, but I don't know how Reddit makes money or how these guys make money on Reddit because there's no advertisements, are there?
There is.
Oh, there's advertisements.
Yeah.
Maybe that's how. I mean, I don't know how else Reddit makes any money.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's Huffman. Okay, so
When did Reddit start?
Reddit started in 2015.
I was going to say like mid 2000.
2015. That's interesting. So, other than selling ads, how does Reddit make any money? Because you would think, the guy, it says he's worth like almost $100 million. How does he make that kind of money?
I mean, you would think like the traffic and just people using it.
But then you still have to monetize it some way because it could be like Twitter, where Twitter doesn't run any ads. People just use it. And I still don't understand how that guy makes any money. Jack Dorsey. Yeah, it's just...
Interesting.
Yeah, it's odd.
I guess they're.
Oh, you know what they do? I forgot about this. So on Reddit, I remember that you can do this. You can buy like, what is it, like stickers or like upvotes or like different kinds of awards you can give someone, I think. But then you pay money for them. so that you can bestow them to someone. And I don't know if that means you give them that much money, or if Reddit takes a piece. I have a feeling that they do, but
Somewhere in there they get money.
yeah, they do. They figured it out, and I have no idea. I'm just a dum-dum. So
Everything's business.
Everything.
They recently started selling NFTs.
Really?
Really?
what did he say?
They recently started selling NFTs.
Oh, really? NFTs. NFTs are an odd thing. Do you know what NFTs are, Major?
They are
Do you know what they are, David?
Not
somewhat, yes.
all the way.
It stands for a non-fungible token. Do you know what fungible means?
Fungus.
Fungible.
Fungus.
It's like, I'm not going to do a very good demonstration or give a very good example of what a non-fungible token actually means, but fungibility is the property of a good or commodity whose individual units are essentially interchangeable, and each of whose parts is indistinguishable from another part. So basically, it's like one of the examples here is like a gold bar equals a gold bar. Like you can tell the difference. Like it's almost like a trademark of something. So then I know that either Jake or Logan Paul, I don't know the difference between the two half the time. He started doing NFTs where he would like sell videos. Like he would sell you a video as a non-fungible token.
Oh, I see.
So basically you can copyright something that is unlike anything else that you can, I guess it's just another way of copywriting stuff so that you can sell it. And so he said that on Reddit you can sell NFTs.
Yes. Yes. They started.
So like first edition Pokemon cards.
Oh. I think that's what Jake or Logan Paul was doing. He was selling Pokemon cards as non-fungible tokens. That's what he was doing. He would like do a live stream of him opening up the packs of cards, and then he would sell the cards that he opened up on the live stream as non-fungible tokens. He'd sell the people whoever wanted to buy them.
Oh.
Really?
Which is kind of interesting. Because then you get it and you're like, yeah, this is the Pokemon card that Jake Paul opened, and you can see him opening it. And then I don't know if they do a video of him sending it to everyone, which I highly doubt, but you could say this is the Jake Paul Pokemon, Pikachu card. And I guess in some way you could copyright that or trademark it and say this is the Jake Paul card or something like that. And then it just becomes a different thing, even though it was originally just a Pokemon card.
Interesting.
That's
Yeah.
interesting. That's odd. How do you copyright something that's already, it's copyrighted by a company already?
Right. I don't know. That's a weird thing.
Secondary copyright.
Yeah, it's like a second level of copywriting. It doesn't make any. I mean, it makes sense, I guess.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, because it would make sense. So then, let's say you watched a movie and you wanted the props for the movie. You could say that the props are a non-fungible token that the studio could sell to someone.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of the same thing, right? You're like,
Yeah,
this is the sword that Keanu Reeves used in John Wick, right? And that's a non-fungible token.
I would buy that sword.
Or maybe I'm getting the definition completely wrong right now, and people are upset, but that's okay. It just makes sense in my mind because it's still kind of a weird thing.
It is a weird thing.
It's just like this. sometimes make things way harder than they have to be, and I'm just figuring out things the hard way.
NFTs.
Do you have any non-fungible tokens that you want to buy, David? Or is Bitcoin considered a non-fungible token?
No.
It's a currency.
Okay.
Currency.
Are y'all on Bitcoin?
I have like $5 that I got for free from Coinbase. I wasn't gonna sell it because they take like half of it. So I was like, I don't want $2.
So you have $5 worth of Bitcoin,
Something like that.
which is like 0.0001.
I got
Bitcoin.
like 100 something of Doge, but it's all on Robinhood, and I'm gonna dump that.
Why?
'Cause I'm moving off Robinhood.
Why? You don't like Robinhood?
No bueno.
What's wrong with Robinhood?
What's not wrong with Robinhood?
No, tell me.
I couldn't tell you like fully in depth, but it doesn't feel as safe as other trading brokerages.
I know that they had an issue. I mean, they're kind of infamous for the issue that they had where they wouldn't let people dump
So-
their GameStop.
Yeah.
They said nope, no more. Was it no more selling or no more buying? I think it was no more selling.
Yeah.
because people were trying to dump GameStop, and they're like, no, you can't sell anymore. Right now, GameStop, you can't sell it. I think the same thing for AMC.
Yeah, it was AMC.
Yeah, odd.
Yeah, I'm moving over to Fidelity.
Fidelity.
And I'm doing my crypto on
That's the thing, though, because a bunch of brokerages don't observe, or they don't have
Voyager.
They don't have crypto as an option that you can buy. Because I know that I use Schwab, and Schwab doesn't let you buy cryptos.
Yeah, the crypto isn't that. It's really decentralized, so those bigger companies don't like it.
I was listening to someone say or talk about cryptos, and he was saying that you can take a Bitcoin or you can take any kind of crypto, and basically computers are, this is something that I was listening to, like on, I think it was Jordan B. Peterson's podcast or something. It was just a clip that I saw. He had this guy on who was talking about how computers are basically just machines that they're just copy machines. Like it's information. Like information is always copyable. If you can read it, you can copy it. And that's kind of how computers work. They just, copy information so that you can see it too, right? And it's the same thing with cryptos, where you can try and define what crypto is. You can, read a plain text of what it actually is, and you could copy that. But then all the crypto does is it's just trying to discern value for something, where gold over time and precious metals like silver and whatever, they were good at identifying a certain value for something, but they weren't transmittable. They were kind of heavy, because gold is heavy, like really heavy. So like you can say like gold, that's worth a lot of money, it's rare, it's valuable, but you can't move it anywhere because it's so heavy. So then that's where the paper currency comes in. So you say, okay, for every X amount of dollars, that's how much that's worth compared to the gold, and then they're equal that way.
Yeah.
So then you can just say, this pile of money that I'm holding right now, there's 3 gold bars over here that it's basically equal to. And so if you want to go get those gold bars, basically you trade in that cash, and then they give you the gold bars, right? But then crypto doesn't work on that same idea, because there's something odd about, because you can do like not data mining, where like you can like mine for Bitcoin, where you just like set up a bunch of servers and stuff.
I don't know a whole lot about mining. I haven't heard a lot, but it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't, and
It's the big thing that was banned in China.
you can't mine for Bitcoin.
Crypto is banned in China. Did you know that?
Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense. They ban a lot of things in China. Let's see, crypto mining. We should probably know more about this before we start talking about it. Let's see, crypto.
I do know crypto is one way for like if you have a relative that's in like Africa or something like that, it's an easier way to like transfer money and like wire it across the country rather than going through like 3 or 4 institutions that kind of take their own little fee out of it for processing and transferring the money. So using
sense.
like wallet, like crypto, like trust wallets.
So there's something I'm reading for Investopedia that says Bitcoin mining is the process by which new Bitcoins are entered into circulation, but is also a critical component of the maintenance and development of the blockchain ledger. Cryptocurrency mining is painstaking, costly, and only sporadically rewarding. But data miners or Bitcoin miners rewarded for their work with crypto tokens. And so they just go through and they look for Bitcoins as soon as they hit the market. I mean,
They program, like they code the Bitcoin.
oh, they code Bitcoin.
Yeah, there's only 22 million in existence.
Interesting. And so they try to code more Bitcoin. So they're basically just creating more Bitcoin. Okay.
Which makes it worth less.
Yeah, it makes it worth less, but also it's the idea of just being decentralized, where it's not really controlled anywhere. And so there's not really any rules or regulations as to what crypto even is. Because you can just create more of it. Whoever wants to can.
Yeah.
It's odd.
I do know. Don't you have to have a certain computer to mine? You have one, don't you?
You have to have a specific computer that can mine.
Yeah, you have to have a certain. I don't know why. Is it the chip?
You need like a good graphics card.
Interesting. A graphics card. Yeah, that's odd. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. That's why I haven't really gotten into crypto. Part of me doesn't trust it.
I would say it would just be as I wouldn't say like insurance, but just to be safe, I would open up a wallet somewhere and just put like $5 or $10 in a few different cryptos, and then you can delete it. And
Yeah.
then in 20 years, look at it, and some of them might be worth.
What if you forget your password?
That sucks.
I saw a post the other day that was like a long time ago from like a StarCraft tournament. First place, they had like a rewards for whoever won. First place got $500 cash. Second place got $200 cash, and then places 3rd through 8th got 25 Bitcoins.
Oh my God,
Dude.
really?
And that was probably like what, 10 years ago, 10, 15 years ago?
Whoever got 3rd or 4th through 8th or whatever you said, bullin'.
25 Bitcoins.
Yeah, that was back then. That was probably like
A couple dollars.
a
probably.
couple dollars max.
Let's see, what's Bitcoin at right now?
Probably like
44.
Yeah, 40 something, 44.
47,600. Yeah, multiply that times 25.
That's a lot of money.
You any good at math?
Times 25.
It's 1.1 million.
That's crazy. There was actually, I saw a story about this girl that did like, she made her own art and then gave it away whenever like she had too much, and she just gave it to strangers for free. One dude gave her like a bunch of Bitcoin or something like that, and then she like forgot about it, looked at it a few years later, and she had like $15,000. It was like, here.
Worth of Bitcoin?
Yeah, the dude gave her X amount, and then she gave him like $5K and another painting. It's
Wow.
like, thanks for $10K.
Wow.
That's crazy.
But then the idea of trying to convert Bitcoin into cash doesn't make any sense to me. Like, who do you go to? Like, if you let's say you had a Bitcoin, you're like, okay, I'm going to sell this Bitcoin. Who do you sell it to?
It's just whatever like app
Put
you
it-
use
yeah.
or brokerage app.
You put
It's
it back
literally
into the
just
market.
like stocks.
So then they'll just cash you out. But I feel like it's not that easy though.
I mean, I'm sure there's a lot more behind the scenes that you don't see, but like if I pull up my Voyager, it just looks like this. I can
Oh, I
press
see. Okay.
Doge, buy it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's basically exactly like buying stocks.
Huh.
Dang, it's at 29.
But all you can do is buy and sell stocks, and
Yeah.
I mean cryptos. With stocks, you can do calls and options, and
Do that with crypto also.
you can.
You can trade it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can trade it. But you can't trade it on Robinhood.
I mean, I feel like the one.
You don't own the crypto on Robinhood. You just invest into it.
Interesting.
Yeah, the thing with crypto that I feel like it would be so easy to like day trade off crypto because it's moving so fast that you just dump like $1,000 and it goes up 2% and you pull it, even though you just made $20.
I don't get people that can day trade. I really don't. That must be so high intensity.
Yeah,
You're like, bro, it's like, okay, I'm putting in 10K right now into Delta Airlines, and let's see how it goes. Let's say you like lose, 10%, or not 10%, but let's say you lose 5% in the next like hour or so. You're like, shoot. And then, or maybe it goes the other way, and you're like, okay, like, should I stop now? Should I just take my winnings and go? Then you're like, all right, I'm cashing out. Like,
if I was a day trader, I would be the very conservative. If I take a 1, 2, 3, 4% increase the entire day, I'm making money the whole day. But then there also might be the fees of
it's just gambling. It's just another way of gambling.
it is. It's the gambling that's legal in every state.
In every state.
Except Binance is a like a global like brokerage for crypto, and it's not legal. Not legal. It hasn't been produced in Texas yet. It's in some of the, I think, the eastern like coastal states, just because that's just where more people are. Jesus, I can't talk.
You can get Binance US.
But like I try to do that, and I put in Texas, and it was like it's not supported in Texas. And I thought about it. I was like, I mean, I could go back, and I'm from Arkansas now, but I don't know how that would play out in the end. I don't want it to bite me in the ass.
Yeah, there's something similar too. So I'm not saying, I mean, I used to do a little bit of sports betting. I know you're not supposed to do it outside of certain states, but if you do it on an offshore service, I'm not going to say which one, but you can bet there for whatever events. Like usually whenever I would just do MMA. Like whenever I was hanging out with some friends, we'd make some bets. Or I remember we did some for March Madness. You bet in cash. But then if you win, they pay you in Bitcoin. And so then they give you what? Like a very small percentage of a Bitcoin. And then who do you take that to cash out? You know what I mean?
With that, I don't know how they would wire that to your account.
wallet.
Yeah, it's odd. I mean,
Good question.
every time that I've bet, I've lost, so I wouldn't know. So, another part of me wishes I grew up in Vegas or something where I could be at least tied to casinos in some way, because gambling just seems so interesting.
Dad actually tried to sneak me into a casino one time in Louisiana. We were baseball trip. It was probably like sophomore year, something like that. And we tried to go in. We like walked around a little bit, and he's like, just walk in behind me. And so I like walked in behind him, and they stopped him. He was like, "Sir, he cannot come in." And so like they walked out, and we tried one more time, and we went back in, and they stopped him. And it was like, "If we do this again, we're calling security and arresting you right now." And so we just kind of like walked around for a second, left.
Wow.
That's my first casino experience.
They stopped you at the door every time?
Like the gate to like go into the casino part, because they kind of have like a foyer outside of it. And then,
Okay, so you're trying to go into like the floor and go see everything.
Yeah.
And they stopped him or they stopped you?
Him.
They stopped him.
Yeah.
They're like, who the hell is that?
Yeah, quit bullshitting.
And you didn't even look close at all to 21.
Dude, I was like 14.
Yeah, but you were a tall 14-year-old.
Is the gambling age 21 or is it 18? Let's see.
21 because they serve alcohol on the floor. But in some states it's 18. Like, you've been to Oklahoma, right?
Yeah, Oklahoma and Louisiana.
Yeah, I'm sure with certain casinos that don't serve alcohol, 18-year-olds can participate.
Yeah, it's 21. So,
Yeah. The Louisiana one, there's actually a section for anyone under 21 that they can go to and do all sorts of games and stuff.
Go-karts.
what? I didn't realize there's so many casinos around the states. So, there's places in California and Florida, Idaho, Michigan, Minnesota, Montana, New York, Oklahoma. I know Oklahoma, but I don't know why I thought there's only
like 3.
I was about to say, I thought there was like 3 states that it was legally to go gambling in at a casino.
Idaho does have, on average, the lowest IQ, so it makes sense why they can gamble.
That's 18. Wait, what? U.S. states that allow 18 plus casino gambling. Texas is one of them. What?
What hoes it?
Where? Where can you go gambling in Texas?
I don't know. Never been.
What?
Maybe it's not like a huge casino
I bet it's through DPS.
or bingo or something.
Let's see. The states listed here all legally allow some type of casino gambling to players who are 18 and over. States' rights have ensured that each individual region is in charge of their own destiny regarding the legal status of gambling for their residents.
So you mentioned with dispensaries that they're pretty strict about IDs, and they were even trying to bust you for your real ID.
Yeah. When I was in Colorado, yeah.
Yeah. Do you think fake IDs work with casinos?
Hell no. There's no way. Are you out of your mind?
They have a big check-in. Whenever you walk in, 3 different people stop you for 3 different things.
Yeah. That's what's so funny, too, is I remember that story. We were in Colorado on a skiing trip, and I guess it was just for the night. I wanted to get something, and this lady, she stops me, and she's like, so what, I'm 23. I was 21 at the time, I think. Or I was 22. I think I was 22. And she stops me, and she's like, "Let me see your ID." So, okay, give her my ID. She's like, "Is this real?" I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "There's like a cop over there. I can go check with him real quick to see if it's real." I was like, "Give it to him. I don't care." Like, what? Like, what are you trying to bust me for? Like, I know it's an out of state. That's the thing though. It's like out of state licenses. It's always kind of funny because everyone always gets an out of state license. But
Yeah.
Texas is one of the hardest ones to try and reproduce.
Yeah.
Why would I try to reproduce a Texas license? I'm literally like I know that it's still under 21. It's an under 21 license, even though I'm 23 now. But it also doesn't expire until next year, so I don't even care. But that doesn't make any sense. Like, why would I hand you this ID? Like, that's what's so funny about being around people that try to get into bars with underage, not underage, but with fake IDs, and they got some weird ass states. They got like, I've never seen a Hawaii one. That would be really funny.
McLovin.
Yeah, but I've seen Tennessee and Florida and Alabama and Ohio and Iowa and all of them.
Ben mentioned to me one time that he was going into a bar or something like that, and they were like passing their ID to the bouncer, and he was like, "Nice try, buddy." And Ben was like, "I'm 23. Like, I don't know what you're talking about."
Yeah, that's so funny because I remember someone trying to tell me that there's usually a really easy indicator between a real ID and a fake ID, and it's about the density of the plastic.
Yeah.
I never really believed it, but then once I took a fake ID and I took my ID and I like bent them a little bit, the fake IDs are usually a little thinner. They're more
Rubber, not flexible.
they're a little bit more flexible than traditional IDs are. I think because it depends state to state, but also on some fake IDs, if you look on the back of them, one of the things is like the fine print on the back. Whoever makes these fake IDs, they don't really go through and check what they're really writing. But there's like some kind of, I don't know what it is, but it has something to do with about weight and something more or less than like 99 pounds or something like that. But yeah, fake IDs are weird. They're not cool. Don't get one.
Okay.
Don't get one.
Don't get one.
I'm not planning on
I'm
it.
just telling you, don't get one.
You're just gonna be buying the booze for me. Man.
You even like to drink.
Yeah, I'm not a big drinker. We know this.
That's okay. Did you watch the Field of Dreams game last night?
I saw highlights. I saw Aaron Judge and John Carlos Stanton's homers.
Did they go back to back?
I don't know if they went back to back, but Aaron Judge's was a fucking nuke. It's one of those ones where you're watching like the batter's angle and off the bat you see it and you're just like,
It just
yep,
disappears.
and
And
it's just gone.
yeah. Did you see Tim Anderson's walk off?
He had a walk off.
I think it was the 10th inning or the 11th inning. They went to extras, and Tim Anderson just lets it rip, walks off.
Home run.
Yeah,
Wow.
a walk-off home run. They shoot up fireworks, and it's kind of cool. I don't know that I would go though.
To the game.
Yeah, it's cool to watch on TV and the idea of it, but also at the same time,
Wow, that's gone off the bat.
Yeah.
That was just like Judge's.
yeah, he wrecked it.
Smashed it.
Wow, the White Sox win.
Yeah, White Sox beat the Yankees.
Of course. That's funny. The Yankees, they've been really iffy recently.
Apparently, if you wanted to go to that game, what you had to do was enter a raffle.
Oh,
And if you got selected in this raffle, you got the opportunity to pay $400 a ticket to go. So it's not like a raffle, like, oh yeah, here's your tickets, you won the raffle. No, now you can decide if you want to go. You won the raffle. It's $400 a ticket. And then Dan Patrick said something funny about it yesterday. He had someone on who was going on about it. Dan Patrick goes, if you don't know who Dan Patrick is, he's like a sports commentator. He has his own Dan Patrick show, and he's been on ESPN for a long time, or at least he was. And he goes, yeah, it's cool. I mean, if you want to go, you can, but you know, it'll be the coolest game in Iowa tonight.
that's funny.
So-
What happens in Iowa besides cornfields?
You tell me. I don't know. You ever seen that movie, Field of Dreams? David, never seen
Can't
it?
say I have, no.
Major, did you ever see Field of Dreams?
Sorry, I was stretching. Parts of it. Everyone's gonna be like, "Oh my god, what the fuck?"
No. I mean, it's a good movie. I've definitely seen it.
It's just one of those classics. I
Yeah,
guess.
it's been on TV every now and then. I'll see pieces of it. I think I might have seen it start to finish one time, but it's an okay movie. It's not as good as Bull Durham, in my opinion. Bull Durham is really
What
good.
is Field of Dreams?
It's a baseball movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's basically it's hard to describe because it's
Was it Reggie Jackson?
what
Who
Shoeless Joe Jackson.
Who came out of the corn?
Shoeless Joe Jackson.
Oh, okay. Reggie Jackson.
Reggie Jackson. He played in the 70s. I think. I don't. He's one of
This
these.
is the one that you think.
Well, okay, so Reggie, he's one of those guys that I know that he was a really good, baseball player. Okay, so he played in the 60s and 70s for Oakland and the Yankees. But anyways, it's just this, the Field of Dreams is this idea that even to this day, I don't even know how to describe it that well, but Kevin Costner, he builds a baseball field in Iowa, and he can see this game happening in front of him, but the only way you can see the baseball game happening is if you believe it's there. So it's this idea of like, do you believe in baseball? Like, do you believe in? I'm sure the idea goes deeper than that, but basically,
It clicked. I remember. I've seen this movie before.
yeah, yeah. And so the guys that come out of the cornfield and they play
Yeah,
baseball,
yeah.
yeah. So
But they're like, aren't they like ghosts in a way?
yeah.
I've seen this movie.
So it's kind of odd. It's not as like I said, it's not as good as Bull Durham. I'm trying to think of. I mean, other than that, like my favorite baseball movie is probably Moneyball.
Major League.
That's a good one. That one's
I'm
hilarious.
just kidding. It's not actually, but it is a funny movie.
It's super funny. That's a good movie though.
Have you seen Major League?
Major League.
No, you gotta see it. There's a few of them, but the first one's the best.
Yeah.
You gotta jog my memory. Explain. What's Major
What's
League?
his face?
Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen.
Wild Thing.
Oh wait, I've seen this. Okay,
Where he plays for the Cleveland Indians, and they're basically trying to tank, and then, I mean, it's just a comedy. It's super
Then
funny.
he rip off his sleeves and has like a tank top jersey.
I think so. Yeah.
That's so funny.
He like shaves the back of his head. He's got these glasses on.
Yeah.
Charlie Sheen's a funny guy.
He fell off the map, man.
I mean,
Talk about a guy that fell off in a
you
bad
know what
way.
happened
I mean, as of late, or are you talking about 10 years ago?
10 years ago whenever all the news came out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty well versed in what happened to him.
David, do you know what happened?
I do not. What happened?
He had intercourse with a lot of people while he knowingly had HIV/AIDS and didn't tell them. And then
HIV/AIDS.
I thought that's what I said.
That's what you said. I'm just saying HIV/AIDS.
I don't know which one it is. I know they're the same, but one of them becomes I think it's HIV becomes AIDS.
He had you can just say he had HIV.
Yeah, so he had HIV, had sex with a lot of people and did not tell them. And then
Wow.
probably like hundreds of people.
So AIDS is caused by having HIV. But anyways,
What is AIDS?
no good.
Isn't it like a blood thinner? Doesn't it like thin your blood?
I think it does have something to do with blood, but what it is it interferes with your body's ability to fight infection. So when it interferes, so it probably it affects your white blood cells. But yes, it's a blood type deal. That's why you can get AIDS or HIV from just blood transfusion type stuff.
I thought it was like saliva too.
Maybe.
Like just body fluid.
Maybe I don't know enough about it to be able to say. But no, he was on 2.5 Men, that TV show, and he was making all kinds of money.
Yep.
And then he had that thing where he was like Tiger Blood and winning. You remember that? We had that interview where he just kind of went off. He was just total nutso.
I don't think so.
But he went off and he did his own TV show called, I think, Anger Management or something like that.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Seen it.
And then he just kind of stopped doing everything. And then
He's been in the scary movies, a few of them.
Yep, he was. He was funny in them too.
Yeah. Have you seen the start of the 5th one?
No.
It has Charlie Sheen again. It's funny.
Was that the one where Lindsay Lohan's in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he there was some video of him recently. He just doesn't look good. He just looks really ill.
Yeah.
Yeah, poor guy. Just he rose to stardom so quickly in the 80s when he did Wall Street. And I know he did a couple other movies too, and he was famous because his dad, Martin Sheen. His dad Martin was in, I mean, most famously, I'm gonna get so much hash for this. It's the war movie, the super famous war movie. How do I not remember the name?
Saving Private Ryan?
No, no. That's the one with Martin Sheen and Robert Duvall, and it was directed by
Apocalypse Now?
Yes, Apocalypse Now. That's what it is. Is it directed by Coppola?
It is.
No.
Directed, yeah, it's Francis Ford Coppola.
Okay. But yeah, so his dad was in that movie, and obviously it was really famous. But that's the thing about people getting really famous really quickly and just living a life where they're super famous and known all the time, and it just kind of goes to your head. And it really just depends on the person, I guess, but I can't imagine what that's like. I mean, yeah, it must be nuts, especially child actors or like people that grow up.
Yeah, like when they're basically born into fame.
Pretty much. Like the Demi Lovato deal was crazy too, Because
Miley
remember
Cyrus.
Camp Rock?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she was like 11 or 12 or 13, and she started doing stuff like that. And
Miley Cyrus.
Miley Cyrus was the same way. She's got to convince people she's not crazy.
Britney Spears. Maybe.
I know that
Oh.
remember Zoe 101?
Yeah,
Yeah,
her
so that was
sister.
her sister. That was
But her sister got pregnant. That's why they stopped the show.
I think so. I'm trying to think. What was her sister's name? Jamie Lynn Spears.
Jamie Lynn Spears.
But yeah, I mean, living life famously as a child is probably waxo, just nuts, tough to deal with.
Yeah. No, you don't have your own life.
Yeah,
I bet it'd be fun though.
I bet I have a great time
Yeah,
though.
definitely.
Just go nuts, man. But then I also get sad for the people that get really famous, and you know, there's some kind of disorder that goes with that. Like I think the top two famous people gone too soon for me. And whatever the deal was, whatever happened, whatever they were dealing with was Robin Williams and Heath Ledger. I think
Yeah.
those two sucked the most.
Yeah.
And I don't know what kind of demons they were dealing with, because then again, like no one really does.
With Robin Williams, I saw something about it. It's like the funniest people are always the most unhappy inside, and like they spend all of their time just making everyone else around them happy. But Robin Williams he was a legend.
Yeah. You should go back and listen to some of his stand up from the 70s and 80s.
Mm-hmm.
He's so funny.
Yeah.
He's hilarious.
I know you might not feel this one as much, but I know a lot of people will, is Juice WRLD. He died like 21,
Juice
22, something like that.
Yeah, that sucked. That wasn't great.
Yeah. I think he has some really good music.
Do we know the real story about how he died?
I'm pretty sure I do. He was on a plane.
Like-
Someone snitched him out about having something, and he ate like 80 Percocets or something like that.
He ate 3.
Oh,
Someone snitched on him smuggling 70 pounds of weed.
that's what it was.
70 pounds of weed.
70 pounds.
And so he had 3 Percocet, and he just ate 3 of them.
Ate all 3 of them.
He ate all 3 Percocet.
Wow.
Is that a lot? Like, I don't know, like, what a big dose of Percocet is.
I'm not sure either.
Clearly, 3's the limit. I don't know.
For some people.
For some people, I don't know. Maybe Future can just down like 6 Percocet in one sitting.
That's funny.
I mean,
Molly on her champagne.
What
She
about,
didn't know it.
what's his name? Chadwick Boseman.
I know
Chadwick
that's
Boseman.
gross.
Boseman. Have you
Oh
heard his
yeah,
story?
yeah. He was
From,
Black Panther. He
yeah.
was
Yeah.
Jackie Robinson in the movie 42. But
Yeah.
that was a weird one, because he kind of just died out of the blue and no one really knew. He just basically woke up one day. It was like the Kobe Bryant deal. Like, you just woke up, you're like, oh.
Dude, no, I remember when Kobe Bryant died. I was at Sam's.
I think you texted me.
Yeah. I was at Sam's, and I got an ESPN update as I was playing Clash Royale, and it just said, breaking news, legend Kobe Bryant has died. And I was like, no way, that's bullshit.
Like, this is a joke.
Yeah. And then,
Was it April Fool's?
I don't think so, but it was in April.
I think that's kind of why I didn't believe it at first. I thought it was like either a late or an early April Fool's joke.
January 26th.
Oh, just kidding. I don't know why I thought April Fool's. But no, that's just part of the same thing. It's like, I was in disbelief. I just didn't believe it. I didn't think it was real.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
Um,
Kobe went too
another
soon.
Another
Yeah.
one of those athletes was the Marlins pitcher, Fernando or something.
No, Fernandez. What was his name?
It's right on the top for me too.
Yeah, Fernandez. But he was really, really, really good.
He crashed a boat while he was
That was a few years ago. That was like in 16-ish.
16,
I think.
17.
Let's see.
Crashed a boat under the influence.
I think, was it a boat or a jet ski?
I think it was a boat. But if it was a jet ski, that sucks.
Jose Fernandez.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was really, really good. He's one of those guys
He
like
was-
Kershaw that had this wicked slider. I mean, it would start. He's right-handed, so let's say it would
Start nipples high.
sweep. Like, it would start on the batter. Like, let's say it's a right-handed batter, like right on their hip, and it would fall to the opposite side of the plate.
Yeah.
And I mean, he had one of these crazy sliders that was incredible.
He was on track to be a GOAT.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, it sucked. Yeah, it was 2016. But man, I don't know why we're talking about not dead people, but just like, missed people that shouldn't have died when they did. But I guess that was my fault. I guess I started talking about Heath Ledger and Robin Williams. But then again, the Heath Ledger thing, never really talked about that. Also, Mac Miller.
Yeah.
Remember Mac Miller?
Yeah. No, I don't remember Mac Miller.
I remember when that happened. I was like, that didn't happen. That's not real. But it's because we talked about this before. We talked about the amount of people that die from tobacco and from alcohol, and how weed is still illegal.
Yeah.
When you can go and buy cigarettes and you can go drink yourself to death at a CVS, right? I mean, but then weed is illegal. It doesn't make any sense, right?
Yeah.
And then car crashes too. Should we just make cars illegal too? I mean, and then I asked you about drug-related deaths. So drug-related deaths were up there, right? It was a pretty big number. But then
those were overdoses on like opioids and
right. So then my question was, how many of those people, if you could break it down, died from which specific drugs? Because I think in a lot of cases it would be like not a lot of cases, but I feel like it might be pretty level across the board for what types of drugs people are doing, like antidepressants or painkillers or whatever over the counter from Xanax. Actually, not to say that Xanax is over the counter. I don't know enough about it, but that type of thing.
it's back.
Yeah, it comes back every now and then. It's okay. But then you could see how people are dying from these drug-related deaths. And then in Heath Ledger's case, I think Mac Miller also, they were kind of in the same boat where they died from, I think it was a prescription drug, perhaps.
Mac Miller died from codeine.
Oh, it was codeine.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Opioids.
Okay, opioids. Yeah, and then Heath Ledger's, I think his was, it was something prescription. I think it might have been acute combination of drug intoxication. So it could have been painkillers, it could have been whatever.
I think it was benzodiazepines.
Yeah,
And alcohol.
for Heath Ledger,
Yeah.
benzos and alcohol. Yeah, alcohol's a part of it. So it's just mixing. It's like whenever you get like NyQuil, it says don't mix with alcohol. It has to do with the types of chemicals that are inside of it that don't bode well together. So alcohol and basically, I think it's because it has to do with like liver failure in a lot of cases. Like if you take a bunch of Advil, let's say you pound 4 Advil in one sitting and then you go drinking, not good. That's definitely a case for liver failure. But yeah, sad topic. So sorry.
I didn't know all of this. I've learned so much.
Just what your brain stores is insane.
Yeah, that's the thing that you mentioned the other day, where it's like when you tell someone to think of something, you're like telling them to go through the back of their brain and like pull something out.
There's so much there. There's so much there to
And you
just
don't
pick
even
from.
realize that it's like passive. It's like RAM space in a way with what you're currently thinking about, and then you kind of just have the storage of stuff that you don't think about, but it's in there. And there are those certain things that like you remember it, but you wouldn't think of it yourself, and then someone says something and then you're like, oh, I remember that.
Okay, nerd. But no, I know what you mean. There's like, you know, that feeling where you will remember things that you had no idea that you remembered. It's just like a random thing that you'll just remember for no reason at all. Like, you know, you're out in public. The person that I saw 6 days ago at whatever place was wearing green shorts. Like, why do I remember that? Like, why do I know that he was wearing green shorts?
Because you have a history of stalking people.
With green shorts?
No, you just have a history of stalking people. Dude, you used to keep the notebook in your truck. I told you to leave it at home.
I know. That's okay. David's next on the list. So
Wait, what?
with that,
David's been on the list.
David's on everyone's list.
List of what?
You don't want to know.
Stalked?
It's on a
Wait a
need-to-know
second.
basis.
A need to know basis.
Were you about to wrap it up?
I mean, I was thinking about it, but we can keep going. What are you doing? Major's pressing buttons. Oh, he wants to do some sound effects. Okay.
Oh, you can do sound effects on that? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I botched it yesterday too. I accidentally pressed another button. So if you heard something on the outro, So sorry. That was my fault. I was pressing too many buttons.
It's always your fault.
I know. It's okay. I can deal with it. So, David, it was great to have you on. You had a lot to say. It was really fun.
I didn't want to interrupt your talk.
That's okay. You should come on again.
Yeah,
maybe next time we'll just,
Go off.
Yeah, just go off.
Fair enough.
No, it doesn't mean anything. It's not a big deal.
Definitely
It's
come
fun
back.
to be here.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot.
Yeah.
Love it.
You can come on.
Yeah. I mean, I'll have to get a fourth microphone, but we can figure that out.
Yeah.
So, I guess with that.
Catch us next time.
Yeah. Till next time, David.
Later.
Yeah. Maybe we'll come on next week. We'll see.
Also, wear
We'll see.
deodorant next time.
Yes, please.